Hi, I'm Matt with State of Flux, and this is...
Mike Allison from Red Persona Studios.
He's my special guest critic this week. We watched a movie called Titane. This is a French film from the filmmaker who did the movie Raw. This is sort of like a body horror movie that turns into like a sweet family film, sort of, almost. But it is one of the most abrasive, in-your-face experiences I've ever experienced. So, a little bit about what the movie is about. What would you say this movie's about?
Not to get too heavy in, it's about the love of a woman and her love of a vehicle and this journey through life. That's if I wanted to say that. And it kind of progresses into different territory from there, but
So this is a movie...
you can definitely explain it a little more than that if you'd like.
This is a movie about a woman who gets into a car accident as a little girl, finds herself sexually attracted to cars for the rest of her life, becomes a serial killer in her 20s, and goes on a killing spree, gets impregnated by a car, and then tries to hide the fact that she's a serial killer by masking herself as a lost boy and living with that lost boy's father, where she then lives a life of this lost boy, also hiding her pregnancy and the fact that she a female. So yeah.
So what I said was perfectly what it was.
And you do follow this car baby throughout the entire
From
picture.
conception to birth.
Yes. What did you like about the movie?
I will say there's a few scenes that I think are really, really funny. There's like humor. I don't know if it was intentional. Sometimes it might have been. And there was some genuinely touching moments with different characters that you wouldn't expect in a film like this. It's a very, I would say, hard film to stomach.
This movie is brutal.
But it takes you on a roller coaster, and if you're one of those people that doesn't want to, it likes twists and turns and not knowing what's going to happen, this is definitely one of those movies for you. I like that about it too, I guess, yeah.
I think as a body horror movie, the body horror elements work exceptionally well. I like the dynamic between her as a boy and the father of this boy. That family dynamic is fantastic. Some of the kills are extraordinarily well done, and there's like moments of levity in them. Like she kills a person with a stool, and it's so hard and taxing that she then has to sit on the stool to take a breather. Like little moments like that kind of work, but there's a weird sweetness to the film that I kind of like and appreciate it, even though the first half of the movie is incredibly, like, just aggressively ugly. What didn't you like about the movie?
I would say there's too much nudity.
Yeah.
Just way too much, and it's not even like it's not like an HBO show where they're like doing it and they're trying to be almost a little tasteful but not like just enough. It's just aggressively nude for no reason, and it's not like it's upsetting because it's like there's no reason that it's doing this. It's the filmmaker is making me upset, not the reason that it's the nudity in the movie. I'm not like a prude. I can't have nudity. And another thing I didn't like is sometimes there was plots that didn't really go anywhere, or they didn't explain them well enough, leaving with way too many questions, in my opinion.
Yes. This movie is meant to be dissected. So if you're looking for answers for anything that you're seeing, they're not there. Everything is left up to personal interpretation. I saw the movie as like sort of a Joker-style delve into the psyche of a serial killer for the first half, which switches gears and becomes an allegory for trans people. And familial acceptance in a world that doesn't allow for openly trans person to live their life. But then the movie kind of buys that back in the last scene, and possibly is, if that is the reading, is possibly just a little bit transphobic and is regrettable in that case. But yeah, I didn't like the feeling I had while watching the movie. It's an ugly experience to watch this movie. Even though it's something that at the end of the day, I like this movie. It's a one-time view. I will never watch it again. And it's a movie that's definitely not for everybody. But if you are interested in a movie like this is the movie for you.
Yeah, definitely. I would say, to your point, if you're a body horror fan, the amount of it in this doesn't outweigh some of the downsides of the movie.
No.
Like, the parts that are good in it for the body horror might not meet up to like the rest of the stuff that's happening, so you really have to take your time and figure out if like you're really in. And it's French.
This is a French film. It's a slow burn as well. It's not like a hyper fast-paced movie. I wouldn't call it boring, but it does take its time for the events to unfold, but I think that's only so that you don't have a psychological breakdown while trying to understand what the hell is happening. Alright, out of 4 stars, with 1 star being a terrible movie, 2 being bad, you wouldn't recommend, 3 being good, and 4 being outstanding, how many stars would you give this movie? You can also do half stars and in between.
Okay, good. I'm gonna do 2.5.
Okay.
Because very, very specific people will like this movie. And it's entertaining enough. I think the second half, for me personally, was a good movie. I think that they could have worked with it fine with some parts taken out. That's just my opinion. Whatever. But the parts that don't work, and if it's too much like nudity or horror or like gruesomeness,
There's an awful lot of motor oil.
There's too much motor oil. If you're worried about the planet, you don't watch this. So I'm saying don't watch it if you are squeamish even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would give it 3 out of 4 stars. This is a good movie. This won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. That's the highest, most prestigious award that Cannes has to offer. I want to understand why it won, or if what other movies were nominated that were like in consideration for this to win. Like, it's a compelling movie, but I don't understand how it won Best Picture. I do say 3 stars is what it is. It's a good movie for its genre. I don't even know what genre that is. Body horror, I guess, but or like body dysmorphia, or family.
It's a family film.
Yeah, and this is one of the hardest R's I've seen in a long time. All right, my guest critic today comes from...
I'm from Red Persona Studios on YouTube, and you can check me out on my podcast, Burn It Down and Leave. It's on everywhere you can get podcasts and Spotify, so definitely check it out. We do around an hour-long movie breakdown, review, comedy, questioning section, just a lot of full spectrum, anything that we have thoughts on, we hit it. So check us out. Matt's on a few episodes himself. So.
I was on the Mortal Kombat, Wonder Woman 1984, and Zack Snyder's Justice League. So if you want to know what my thoughts on those were, they're on there. But he has a lot of really good ones. He just did a wrap-up of Aliens not too long ago. That one was super tight.
So yeah, now back to you.
Yeah, I was really hoping when I was like, "Where are you from?" you would have said "my mother," and then just just ended it.
No, I'm in professional mode right now.
That's right on. Well, thanks for watching. Drop a like or subscribe and all that kind of stuff. Ding the bell. Let me know in the comments below if you
Honk
have
that horn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me know if you can think of any movies remotely like this one. This movie is a genuine experience you can't unlive. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. Toodles.
Toodles.